America, land of former freedoms and opportunities and guns. So many guns. We love our guns. We took the idea of using guns to unite against a common enemy, and we took that idea down through the decades, the centuries, and we turned guns into a way of life, a companion, a savior, a unifying force, but now maybe for evil. Along comes a chap named James Gunn, whose name is Gunn, but has nothing to do with the guns I was just talking about, but I thought I'd bring it up anyway just because I had nothing else to go with. James Gunn is a film director who got his start doing whatever, I don't know what his start was, but his first film was Tromeo and Juliet.
Hell yes!
And from that illustrious beginning, he made all kinds of shit, like The Specials, Scooby-Doo 1 and 2.
Oh, really?
Dawn of the Dead's remake. And then, of course, he went huge with the Guardians of the Galaxy and made the sequel and the threequel. He also made the horror superhero movie Brightburn, which kicks ass.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad, which doesn't kick ass. And then, it's okay. And recently, he made Superman, the woke superhero movie, the woke adaptation of a superhero story, which has always been woke. But people on the right who are extremely sensitive and get their feelings hurt quite... Anyways, it's Loathsome Things, a horror movie podcast. A podcast in which two boisterous, chubby white men discuss horror films. It's a brand new concept. You've never heard of that before. My name is John. With me, as always, is my co-host Josh. Josh, how are you doing on this fine Saturday morn?
I'm doing great. It's Saturday morning. More than that, it's the first Saturday morning of a vacation of mine. I have today off. I have tomorrow off. I have the after that 5 days of what would be work days off, and then after that I have a Saturday and a Sunday off. That's 9 days. Today is the first of 9 days off in a row, and I am sitting in a dark closet and just beginning to sweat. It's really good.
Oh man, what a wonderful start to 9 days off.
It's good. It's so good. James, so he did one of the Suicide Squads. Did he do the really bad one or the kind of okay-ish one?
I think he did That's a good question. I don't know which one he did. I think it was whatever the first one was that came out, but I'm not certain about that.
The one with Will Smith where it was basically just one long music video?
It might have been that one, I'm afraid.
Okay.
But honestly, I don't know.
Yeah.
He did, I think the one he did was just called The Suicide Squad, so maybe it was the first one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Shit, I don't know.
There's two with the same name, and like one was okay. It had the guy in it who had all of the polka dots. That was funny. It had the... Yeah.
He did the 2021 Suicide Squad with Idris Elba.
That's the good one.
That was the better one.
Yeah.
That's the better one.
That's a
Nathan Fillion.
That's a better way to describe it. The better one. Maybe not great, but better.
Not great, but much more entertaining than the first one, which wasn't very entertaining.
No.
No, that was actually a piece of shit. No, the second one was decent. It had some funny stuff in it. It's James Gunny. If you're not familiar with his style, you probably don't watch movies. But if you're not familiar with his style, he has a very sharp kind of pop culture sensibility, a good sense of humor, a love of horror and gore. He doesn't shy away from shocking material, but he also is one of those directors who has a tendency to work with the same people, which I've always liked. In this case, in the movie which we were discussing, which, by the way, is 2006's Slither. A fine film, as we will discuss. But anyways, this has got Elizabeth Banks. She was in Brightburn. It's got Nathan Fillion, who was in the Guardians movies. He's in Superman.
And he was in Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog.
Nice. He was in the Firefly movies. He was he's great in this. He's hilarious.
Yeah.
He does a great job. Michael Rooker is in here. He was in the Guardians movies. He was also in Henry, A Portrait of a Serial Killer, which is an amazing film based on what we now know was a bunch of lies by the actual Henry, who was probably not a serial killer and made all that shit up, but did kill people. Michael Rooker was also in The Walking Dead. He was in Suicide Squad. Tanya Saulnier, who plays Kylie in this film. I didn't even look up what she was in. Probably everything. Gregg Henry, who plays Mayor Jack McCready. He was in the Guardians movies. He was in Belko Experiment, which James Gunn also made. He was also, which is a fine film, by the way. He was also in Brian De Palma's Body Double, which is a fucking great movie.
Ooh.
And he's great in it. That movie is really campy. It would be a fun one to do, even though it's not really horror.
Yeah.
This film also features the voice of Rob Zombie, who plays Dr. Carl. And hilariously enough, even though he's only got about 3 lines, he's really funny.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Banks, I love. She was in 40-Year-Old Virgin as well. She also directed Cocaine Bear.
I had no idea.
She is apparently a huge fan of horror films. So she fits right in here, I guess you could say.
Nice.
She was also in Wet Hot American Summer, and she's in the upcoming Dreamquill.
Oh, my.
I don't know what that is. That's weird. I don't know.
Huh.
It's upcoming. Also upcoming is James Gunn's weird adaptation of the Roadrunner, like the cartoon Roadrunner story, but he's making a movie version of it. I saw the commercial for it. It looked terrible, and apparently James Gunn is directing that, so I don't know.
Huh. I will say, James Gunn really makes some strange choices, and then they almost always work.
Yeah, I love James Gunn, actually. He has a pretty good online presence as far as social media, and he clearly takes great pleasure in pissing the kind of people off that you want James Gunn to piss off.
Yeah.
He pretty much doubled down on the, all these people are saying that Superman is woke, and all I can say is that of course he's fucking woke, you idiots. He always was. He's an immigrant, you morons. I mean, it was just like, he didn't even try to appease them, which I love. He's gotten himself in trouble before for things that he said. I remember with around the Guardians era, there was a backlash where they were trying to cancel him for something that he said, and he just kind of was like, fuck off, and that was the end of that.
Yeah. He's like, James Gunn is like everything that Joss Whedon should have been, but wasn't. He's got
a kind of a cultural savvy that I don't think Whedon ever really had. Whedon is extremely nerdy, which has served his projects well, but I think it's harder for him to kind of relate to the common man in the way that James Gunn does very well.
Yeah, and then there's also being the, like, totally cunty piece of shit to work with part, which from what I can tell maybe doesn't apply to James Gunn.
Yeah, as far as I know, it doesn't, but I don't know that. Yeah. I think there's a lot of Canadian people in this film.
Hell yeah.
It looks It's supposed to be in South Carolina, but I have a feeling it was probably shot in Canada, which would explain part of that. But there's Tanya Saulnier is Canadian. I believe, I don't know if Gregg Henry, the guy that plays the mayor, is Canadian. But there's a couple other folks in here, some of the main actors. I think Nathan Fillion is Canadian, if I remember correctly.
That's correct, yeah. And
Banks
David
is American.
Cronenberg.
Is he associated with this?
No, but have you seen the movie Shivers?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Yeah, I feel like this movie, like, we've talked about this type of thing before, where it's a horror movie that loves horror movies, and this one is super in your face with how much it loves horror movies, and I feel like one of the horror movies that this movie loves is Shivers.
Yeah, Squirm, too, the one I had mentioned when I had announced this one with all the worms. But it's very much an homage, although very tongue-in-cheek, to, the kind of the 50s, we're afraid of everything era of filmmaking where, nature is scary and space is scary and everything bigger than a small town politically is scary. And, I mean, there's even a political joke where the woman that's infected yells at the mayor, calls him a Republican.
She tells him to, get back to the Republican side of town, right?
Something like that. It was fucking great. It was so unnecessary. I loved it.
Yeah, it's very much the something from another planet or something from outer space genre of movies. It kicks off with the fucking meteor that lands. It's the blob. It's the clowns. It's all of it. It's splendid.
It is, and it shows his love of things like, zombies and stuff like that. Yeah. He's the less bombastic version of what's that other guy that does all the big populist, big budget movies? He did the zombie ones where they're in Las Vegas and something dead. Of course, there's always dead in it.
Oh,
and then he did some caper movies with some of the same people and then tied the stories together.
Oh,
that guy.
George A. Romero.
No, I can't think of his name, but he's like the son of a bitch version of James Gunn and has a tendency. He makes entertaining movies, but they're just a little bit dumber.
Yeah. Whereas James Gunn movies really smart.
Well, in comparison, yeah, but otherwise, no.
Yeah.
Romeo and Juliet, bucket of shit.
I love that this is like the distillation of trauma too. Like you can totally see the trauma influences, but he was like, but what if I did it good? Yeah. This
movie had like a $15 million budget, and it didn't even make its money back, so it was considered a bomb.
What?
But of course, it's a cult hit. Yeah, I know. It had a theatrical release. I wish I had seen it in the theaters.
Oh man, it would have been so good.
I know. I think Lloyd Kaufman has a cameo in this, if I remember correctly.
He does. He's the drunk, so at the beginning of the movie, they're showing, how shitty parts of town are. There are whole parts of town that are just, covered in graffiti, and there's just, people ambling about, and Lloyd Kaufman is a lipless alcoholic guy just sitting on the curb drinking a can of beer without lips.
Oh, that's him. That's fantastic. I didn't even realize that was him. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
I didn't even recognize him. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that scene is we'll get to that, but that's fucking I love how the town is like this, supposed to be this quaint little town, but it's this dilapidated nightmare with fuck you bitch sprayed on paint on the buildings and stuff, and the worst people ever just crawling around. It's great.
Yeah. And meanwhile, all of the people in town with money are having a hoedown to celebrate the start of deer season. It's a fantastic movie.
Deer cheer or whatever they call it.
Yeah. And that is taking place at the Henelotter Lodge because Frank Henelotter, this movie's so good. great job, James Gunn. I'm glad that you, like, took this and kept running into, like, bigger, like, hit movies where you're, like, all famous and wealthy now and not spoiled, and apparently this almost is... I am so not interested in Superman movies. Like, I do not care. But everyone keeps saying that this one's real good, and I'm like, maybe I'll like it, but I don't care about Superman.
Yeah, I don't either. I'll watch it when it's on a cable streaming service or whatever, but I'm not gonna fucking pay for it.
No.
Oh, I have to give a special credit to Todd Masters. He was responsible for the effects. This film is well known for its blend of practical and digital effects. The digital effects are pretty obvious when they're being utilized, but they're for a good cause, so it works out.
Yeah. I mean, it's 2006. The digital effects are like too shiny. Things move a little too fast, but it's fine. It's part of the charm of this movie.
Yeah, it's, when you're dealing with like rural street trash, it's okay to have schlocky effects.
Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to throw out one. So Elizabeth Banks, I don't know if you remember, John, a few years ago, I went to Washington, D.C. On a business trip. I went to Content Marketing World, and Elizabeth Banks was the head, like, she was the keynote speaker at Content Marketing World, because in addition to her love of comedy and cinema and horror, she also is big into content marketing, apparently. So she was there.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, and real random. Like, what? Elizabeth Banks? Rita Repulsa from the Power Rangers movie? What's going on?
Oh my god, that's so weird.
Yeah.
That is really random. Wow.
Yeah.
When I think of her, I always remember that line, I hope you've got a big trunk because I'm going to put my bike in it. So good.
For me, she will always be Avery Jessup from 30 Rock, the super Republican news reporter who hates everything.
She's great. She's been in everything. If you look at her line of credits, I don't understand where people find the time to make that many movies. But I guess some of those projects maybe are relatively short, but goddamn, she's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it probably helps when you don't have another job.
Yeah, true. That's literally all you do. Hey, can you do 6 weeks in Canada? Yes.
Yeah, I sure can.
Yep, and then fly out to wherever for another month? Yes.
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Yep, let me check my schedule. Yes.
Here, just give me a few $1 million and I will sure work there for 6 weeks.
Exactly.
Damn. Bitch. Now I'm sad.
Whoa.
Yeah. Anything else we need to go over before you tell us what happens in this movie, John?
No, I don't think so. I'm ready to go.
Let's kick it into shit gear.
Well, we see a meteor flying through space, coming towards the Earth, zeroing in on a small town, which turns out to be a little sleepy town named Wheelsy. 2 cops are sitting in their car. One is trying to sleep, and the other one, Wally, is clocking the flight speed of birds. A whippoorwill flies by, and he's surprised to find out that they fly about 27 miles an hour. He would have guessed maybe 31, maybe even 32.
Now, John, would you say that this is a reference to Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
The so-and-so, the something swallow? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some good nods in here. I like when they ask her where the aliens come from, and she just points to the sky, a la Steven Spielberg.
Yes.
So good. So the meteor crashes behind them. They don't even really notice it. And so the 2 cops, it's Wally, the deputy, and then of course Chief Bill Pardee. That's the Nathan Fillion character. We see that the meteor lands in the woods after a Sam Raimi style hand cam run through the woods thing that kind of doesn't make any sense because you think it's the alien, but it's just the camera taking you to the alien thing. It's like this ball rock meteoroid thing that cracks open and steam and pink goo comes out.
Hell yeah.
Turns out we now see this drive through town. The town is filled with hunters and riffraff of all sorts. Really scary looking men with beards and skin conditions and lips missing and drinking, and some guy that looks like an African Catholic priest who just happens to be in town also drinking. I don't know what's going on.
And smoking a cigarette, yeah.
Smoking a cigarette. The mayor pulls up behind some giant truck and immediately starts screaming obscenities at the guy, trying to get him to move, and then the woman's like, oh, there's a woman on the street with her baby carriage, and she's like, hello, mayor, and he's like, oh, well, I guess so much for that. So we are introduced to Starla, who is a teacher at the local high school. Their mascot is the Cooters. She's giving a lecture to the kids about, I don't remember, evolution, I guess, survival of the fittest, and all the boys are lusting after her because she is boner bait. One of them is even drawing her naked. So that's Starla. Her husband, Grant, played by Michael Rooker, picks her up after school. We discover that he's rich and gross. He's a lot older than her, bald, wears aviator glasses, and is very Michael Rooker-y. We also learn very quickly that Chief Party, who is hanging out there for some reason that I didn't figure out, is pining for Starla and has done so since he was a wee lad. Back home, Starla is in bed with her husband, comes, joins her in bed. She's got all her curlers in and everything. He wants to get it on. He's really disgusting. And she totally cock blocks him. And he gets all butthurt. She tells him to work one out for yourself.
Yeah.
And then he gets dressed and says he's going to take a walk. He goes to the local bar, and at the bar, some woman is very uncomfortably doing karaoke, and while people laugh at her. And then the town flirt, apparently, Brenda, comes over and starts flirting with Grant, and they're all, hey, remember me? And then we cut to the woods, and they're all, woo, let's go over here, yeah. And then she shows him the tree where she has carved GG and BM with a heart around it, and he makes fun of her because her initials are BM, which stands for poop. Then they start making out-ish, and she's getting all handsy, and he pushes her off, has a like bout of conscience, and tells her that his wife will be waiting up and worried about him. He needs to get home, and he turns and sees this weird alien pod thing and follows this slime trail over to this disgusting looking bio bean thing with like a vagina hole in it, and this spiky thing comes out and launches right into his chest, infects him. He wanders off. He's bleeding from the ear and nose holes, and runs away, goes home, takes all the meat out of the refrigerator, says, meat, and then goes down and makes himself a nest in the basement. Starla wakes up in the morning, pops on the air supply, and is all like dressed all sexy for him. Now she wants to get it on. Yeah. He's acting kind of weird, very lusty. They have sex. Apparently it's amazing because the alien really knows how to fuck. Grant then goes into town, goes to the butcher, says, why don't you give me 8 of those sirloins there? Well, make it 10. You know what? Make it 14. And then tells the butcher he's going to do some celebration for his wife. Gets home. He's clearly bought all the meat in the entire butcher department. That he talks to his wife for a minute and then starts getting all alien-y and freaks out and runs outside, and we hear him kill the dog. Wonderful.
Yeah.
It's now nighttime, and Grant is visibly showing signs of infection. His head is all lopsided and lumpy and very disgusting looking. She's like, honey, you look bad. And then he just kind of pawns it off. She goes to shower because they're going to go to the deer cheer event, which kicks off the hunting, and it's going to be great. And then he, compelled by the alien in his chest, opens his shirt, and 2 penis worms with spikes on the end come out. And he goes over to the shower and thinks about going into the shower and penis raping her. But then he panics when she turns around and sees him and suddenly tucks his chest penises into his shirt and says that he has to go to work.
Chest penis.
So Starla arrives at the bar at the, what is it, the Henelotter bar or whatever?
The Henelotter Lodge.
Lodge, that's right. She arrives, the whole town is there, party's there. He immediately starts trying to mac on her. Then Mayor Jack gives this ridiculous speech about, God bestowing the animals to us, and that's our job to go shoot them all. And then they have a countdown, and that kicks off the hunting event that doesn't figure into the movie at all again for the rest of the movie.
Well, there's one scene.
Yeah, I guess so. I think you expect to be like endless scenes of people getting attacked with guns in the woods and stuff. It never happens.
No.
But anyways, whatever. Who cares? Grant, in the meantime, has now taken off for Brenda's house, and he is, creeping on her now, obviously, and she's got her baby with her. It's really creepy. And he says to her, "Is the old half Mexican around?"
And I don't. Is
her
that her husband?
I
have no idea what's going on there.
The first time I watched it or rewatched it, I thought he was referring to like her older son or something. I didn't know, but I think he means her husband. I don't know, because he calls him the old half Mexican.
Yeah.
And she's like, "No, he's not here. Come on in." So he goes in, and she takes her shirt off, puts her kid down somewhere, takes her shirt off, and then he stomach penis rapes her, and it's very strange. It's so over the top. The lady that plays Brenda is great.
She does a great job. Yeah,
she's amazing. Meanwhile, Starla has now gone home after the deer cheer event, and she runs into Grant, and he's looking all lumpy. There's like this really gross thing sticking out of the side of his head with hair coming out of it. Which they totally capitalize on later and like develop it out and stuff. That's what I thought was great, that there's like levels of his makeup.
Yeah, at this point he's looking like late in the movie Ollie from Bring Her Back, though.
Yeah, he does not look good at this point. Like it's kind of hard to hide. So he says, "Oh, it's just bee stings, and it's okay because I went and saw Dr. Carl and he gave me a prescription. He says it's real common around here." She's just kind of like, "Oh, okay." Next morning, she calls. She's at work or whatever. She calls Dr. Carl just to check on, to see what happened or whatever. And turns out Dr. Carl, Rob Zombie, hasn't seen Grant in 3 years. Oh, good.
Yeah.
So Grant was lying. Now it's the nighttime. It's that night now, and we see Grant is collecting dead animals in the woods and bringing them to a barn where he's got Brenda tied up, chained up, and she's feeding on them because she's incredibly hungry. It's so gross. And in the meanwhile, Chief Pardee and Wally go visit Starla because they're looking for Grant. There's reports that Grant went into Brenda's place and that now she's missing. And also, apparently, there's pets that are starting to go missing around town. I think they mentioned that there. She says she doesn't know where he is. They leave. She breaks into the basement because he's got the basement door padlocked. So she bashes the lock off with a baseball bat. Goes down into the basement. It stinks of rotting flesh. she discovers his nest and dead pet stash.
Yeah.
And I like that some of the animals are tagged. Like, one says coyotes. It's like, does it really matter what they are? I just like that he's like, I could really go for coyote right now. So she freaks out, rightfully so, and takes that card that the sheriff had given her, the chief had given her, and she calls party. As she's talking to him, she's walking back and forth in front of her windows. And then she walks by again, and there's Grant in the window looking extremely mutated.
Yeah.
Really looking gross. He busts in, or she tries to keep him out, but he gets in, attempts to stomach penis rape her, and Chief Pardee arrives, and with other cops in tow. And there's a little bit of a standoff there, and then Grant's one arm extends out and is all floppy and rubbery, and like tries to hit them with it, and then runs out, and they're all just kind of like, what the fuck was that?
I love that as he's running out, his arm just like flops awkwardly and like bangs into the door frame. It's so disgusting.
It's really gross and funny, but gross.
Yeah.
Cut to 3 days later, the mayor is in the police station. He's demanding that Pardee fixes the situation, and questions the whole squid thing, which is pretty hilarious. And he claims that it's probably the effects of Lyme disease.
Yeah.
And they all ridicule him, which is amazing. It's so good. The sheriff is hilarious. The guy that plays the sheriff is amazing. I mean, not the sheriff, the mayor. He's fucking hilarious. He's so obnoxious but hilarious. So the cops go out on a search because try to find Grant, and there's been all these reports of missing pets. They find a dog that's completely flayed right down the middle. It's really disgusting.
It's so gross.
Another cop finds a German Shepherd's head and picks it up, and he's like, "Hey, look at this, Chief." Wally's like, "Put that down, you idiot." It's so good. They decide to posse up because they're gonna hunt Grant down. Starla pulls up and demands that she join them because she's the only one that can probably, convince him to calm the fuck down. They go out to the home of, I forget what they were called, like the Studa fruit family or something. I don't know.
That's
the dad's
the one.
name is Otis. And at Otis's place, that's where they start the hunt off. So it's nighttime. The cops are staking out a cow that they apparently have, like, staked in the middle of a field to try to lure Grant out. This is Pardee's big chance to tell his extremely boring Starla story about when he was a kid, and I don't care about the story.
I know.
Grant slithers out from the woods, and there's this great line where the mayor's like, he goes, "You said squid," and because Grant is like this giant tumorous thing with like weird floppy limbs, and it's just really disgusting. And he's like, "You said squid," and the guy goes, "It got worse."
Yeah.
And you hear one of the guys in the back go, "Looks like something that fell off my dick during the war." Grant very violently and quickly takes this poor cow, but kills it and takes it, drags it off, and they run out and confront him, and there's this big showdown where Starla's trying to convince him, like, "But I love you, honey, and I told you I wouldn't abandon you." And Grant's just saying things like, "Yeah," because that's about all he's capable of, that and drooling. One of the dumb hicks from the posse tries to cut Grant off as he's about to turn and leave. And he's like, "Not so fast, buddy." And he's like pointing a revolver at him. And Grant just kind of goes, whoop, and like whips one of his little limbs. You see the guy's hat fly off. And then the camera shows him, he's got a line right down his face that goes down into his shirt. And it kind of like opens up, and you realize that he's been sliced from like head to balls. It just opens, disembowels, and collapses on the ground. It's amazing.
There's this great little moment in there where he like unfurrows his brow in confusion, and you just see the skin of his forward split apart for a second and then go back together with his expression. So good.
It's so good. It's amazing. So that's the end of that hillbilly. And then, it's so good. They take off in chase, and they basically get led directly to the barn where Brenda is. They open the door, and we get the centerpiece of the entire movie. Brenda is a gigantic, bloated flesh blob with her face right in the center, and her little hair, like red hair, sticking out. It is... it's like a balloon of greasy flesh with her face in the middle. And she's got like bat makeup on her face, so it's all bloated and puffy, and she's just miserable.
She's so hungry.
Oh, it's so good. She's like, something's wrong with me. I'm so fucking hungry, Bill. Can you give me a little bit of that possum over there? And he's like, yeah, I think that seems reasonable. And he goes to get the possum, and then all of a sudden she's like, and the woman's like, what is wrong with you? And she goes, it hurts, bitch. The little fuckers are tearing me apart. And then she explodes, like, horribly, like she's rupturing and swelling, and then she just explodes, and thousands of giant, plump, purpley worms just rain down and like cover the floor and are like heading towards all the people there in the posse. It is fucking amazing.
This is literally the only scene in the movie that I remembered. Like, when you said Slither, I just thought of that scene, and I couldn't remember anything else about the movie.
It's definitely up there among the greatest gross-out scenes of all horror movies.
Yeah.
It is so disgusting and hilarious at the same time. It's perfect. The CGI doesn't even matter. It's so CGI, but it looks hilarious. Oh, it's so good. So the worms immediately go for the mouth. That's how they infect you, through the mouth. So a couple of the people are already infected, and they're all with like the worms wiggling around. Pardee figures that out and is like, cover your mouth. So him and Starla, he like grabs Starla, and the things cover them literally in this heap of worms on top of them, but they can't get in. They've infected everyone that they can infect, so they leave. It's fucking amazing. Yeah. We go back to Otis's house. Their daughter Kylie is in the bathtub, and we get the kind of like the nod to Nightmare on Elm Street, where the worm crawls up at the foot of the tub and gets into the suds and is squirming its way up between her legs with the camera right behind it. And she comes to and sees it and freaks the fuck out. Kills it with a curling iron.
Oh, it's so good.
As we see all the guts squirming out. Apparently the worm was practical and the guts were CGI.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I read that somewhere. Because I was curious who had done the effects. I wanted to give the guy some credit. He was amazing. She almost gets infected. It gets into her mouth, and she grabs onto it, which is really disgusting. Yeah. And while it's in her mouth, it somehow fuses its intelligence with her, and she's able to see these horrible CGI visions of the alien destroying some other planet, doing its thing. And she'll explain that a little bit later, of this mind meld experience that she's had. Back at the barn, Pardee has no radio signal, so he takes off so he can get to his car, so he can call Shelby, or as I call her, Jenna Fisher, back at the station. The mayor, Starla, and the female deputy are the only three who have not been infected, are removing the bodies from the barn. They're not dead, they're still alive, and as they say, someone says something like, I think the sheriff or chief said, it's so disgusting in there. It can't do them any good to be in there. So why don't you take them outside? It doesn't make any sense, but whatever.
Yeah.
So they're removing the bodies outside. Wally revives behind Starla and starts talking to her as Grant. So he's obviously, there's some sort of hive mind thing going on. Back at Otis's house, Kylie's entire family is infected. Kylie escapes through the roof narrowly avoiding the worms, gets into the family truck. There's no keys, of course. And all the worms start surrounding the car. Her family comes out. They try to break in. They're like taunting her, which is hilarious. There's that line where the mother goes, "But it's family fun day, Kylie." And the little girls are like, "Get out of the car, you bitch. You whore." It's fucking hilarious. It's really good. Back at the barn again, the Grant zombies have all revived now, and they're basically attacking. One of them spits yellow acid all over the female deputy, and she starts deforming and screaming, "It hurt birds!" Wally, she has a showdown with Wally with the shotgun, and he's like, "You're not going to shoot me, baby, because I'm your husband," or whatever, and then she, of course, shoots him. Yeah. And it's great. All the headshots are so gruesome. And the gun is now out of shells, so she and Mayor Jack, run off into the woods again. Party shows up at Otis's house. Kylie gets out of the truck, runs to him. All these zombies are closing in. Party fights them off. They make it to his car. And just as he's about to drive back into town, Starla and Jack run right past the car on the road with zombies in tow. He sits there and watches as Starla spikes one of the cops with this like road sign right in his neck, and then kicks him in the head.
It's so badass. They're all just sitting there watching it happen.
He says something like, "Well, I guess Starla can handle herself all right," or something like that.
It's the mayor who's like, "Damn, bitch is hardcore."
Oh, that's right. He says, "Bitch is hardcore." Oh, God, it's so good. She and Jack get in the car, and they all take off back to town. Party calls Jana Fisher. She mentions that she just got a call from his mom. He needs to get over there as soon as he can because he needs to fix the toilet that he backed up the last time he was there. And there's like this awkward silence in the car. And he tells Starla this story where he's like, "Yeah, the roots from the trees got in, clogged the toilet line." And you can just tell it's such bullshit. It's great. I just love that there's this little aside because he's clogged his mother's toilet. Meanwhile, poor Jenna Fisher gets wormed. And then back in the car, Jack has a fucking Mr. Pibb fit. Yeah. Because he wants his Mr. Pibb, but there aren't any. And it's kind of funny. And then Kylie tells them the whole thing, like the whole plan of this thing, that it goes around to different planets and destroys entire worlds with these worms by impregnating people and then eating others until there's nothing left. Starla refers to the whole thing as a conscious disease. Yeah. Awesome. And then Jack says, "If I weren't about to shit my pants, I'd be fascinated." And then they are suddenly force crashed off the road by a car driven by someone who's infected, I guess. Yeah. They take Starla away, carry her away like she's body surfing. Party drags Kylie out of the car, but Jack is knocked out, so he can't take him. Party has Kylie wait so he can run into the station and go get this hand grenade that was like kind of showcased earlier when the posse's getting together and they get their guns. "Should I take this grenade that we took off of them fishermen?" "No, leave that. We probably won't need it." And then he comes back and gets the grenade. And while he's there, he's attacked by an infected deer. Yeah. Kylie rushes in and bashes the deer in the head with a fire extinguisher and saves him. Nice. The infected brings Starla to Grant, who is now holed up in this house that's covered, like wallpapered with pictures of Starla and Grant. They bring her down into this bed and they like brush her hair and put her in a nightie. It's really disgusting. Party and Kylie follow the infected north because they're heading to where Grant and Starla are. Jack is hiding. So he apparently had been dragged into a barn, and he's like trying to get his lighter to light. He finally gets it to light, and all the infected are in there feeding on people and turn and look at him, chase him up the stairs. One of them calls him a damn Republican. Back at the house, Starla takes the hairbrush, pulls the bristles out, and tucks it into her undies as a weapon, goes to face Grant, who has now tenderly put on air supply, and there's like bloody like stains all over the walls and they're just plastered with all these pictures of her and him and stuff. It's fucking hilarious. Then Party and Kylie show up outside, and they see the tumorous Grant, like part of Grant, like this big blob of Grant sticking out of one of the side doors, and Infected walking up, and like this guy takes his robe off and gets naked, and just like amoeba sucks himself into the blob. It's so disgusting.
It's a shunting. It's a beautiful shunting, and it is glorious.
Full on shunting. And of course, when we see Grant, he's like takes up the entire giant living room space, and there's just like parts of Infected sticking out, talking, like adding commentary, and big limbs flipping around everywhere, and slime and hair.
There's like fleshy stalagmites to the ceiling. Like, it's just everywhere.
It's so disgusting. It's amazing. And she's just standing there in her white nightie.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's fucking beautiful. Starla gets close to him. She's trying to sweet talk him so she can get up close. And she kisses him and then fucking stabs him in the throat with the handle of the hairbrush, which is amazing. He freaks out, knocks her across the room, knocks this couch against Kylie and pins her against the wall. It's fucking amazing. Party runs into Jack. Jack's infected. He begs him to kill him, so Party blows his head off, which is amazing.
It's so quick.
Gets into the house and like has this like super like badass line with the grenade, which he holds up and immediately gets it whipped out of his hand across, like out the window. It lands in the pool and goes. That's it for the grenade, which is great because they'd been setting it up the whole movie. He gets his ass kicked by the Grant thing, and then gets pinned down outside. Or, well, he's outside the window on his back, and the two penis things come shooting out of Grant, and one of them pierces Party in the chest, and he grabs the other one, and there's like a leaking gas tank next to him, so he plugs the spiky tip of the penis thing into the gas tank, and all the gas is like going up the arm or the penis up into the Grant thing, and you can see it like filling up his disgusting appendages and side bodies. They're all like swelling up, and then Party tells Starla to shoot it. And there's like sparks coming down from the light, and it's just all weird, and she shoots him, and then it swells and swells. You can see the eyes of the infected parts of him bursting out, and then he explodes, like the whatever's left of Grant explodes in this fireball, and the whole thing just ruptures, and there's like chunks of meat and just purple, disgusting, fleshy mess goes everywhere. It just rains down everywhere. It is fucking glorious.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next thing we know, Starla comes outside. Kylie's there. They get Party up. Turns out he's alive. They figure out that because he only got stabbed with one chest penis, he'll be okay. Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
They go outside. It's morning. We see the windows are all boarded up on the house. The zombies who had all been encroaching on the house, coming together, are all dead all over the place. And they're all standing there, and they decide that they're going to go to the hospital because he needs to go to the hospital. And that's when Party says, "Kylie, why don't you tell Starla how I saved you from that deer?" And Kylie goes, "Oh yeah, he saved me from a deer." Movie over.
So fucking good. Oh
Glorious.
my god. I don't know how I forgot that shunting scene, but yeah, I mean,
either.
I mean, the barn scene is the centerpiece of the whole movie, but the people just melting in, and it, like, closes up, and it sees you, like, he, like, dives in and then pulls back out, but now there's, like cheese strings coming off of him back into it, and each time it's a little worse. It's so good. Oh.
Every time he touches, like, his face touches it, and then when he pulls his face back, it's, like, already fused and stretching out. Oh, it's amazing.
So good. James Gunn. James motherfucking Gunn. So good.
Nailed it. I had heard about it years ago, maybe 2008 or so or something. I knew about it, but I didn't really pay any attention. And it came on a streaming service or something, and I just watched it because it was on. And I just was like, what the fuck did I just watch? And then I kind of, that was the only time I'd ever seen it, and just kind of buried it away in my memory bank. And every once in a while would remember, oh yeah, that Slither movie was pretty fucking hilarious. And, and then when we started to do this show, like I had mentioned, on the last episode, it was like, yeah, I've been wanting to do this one since we started. That was one of those movies that right away I was like, that's going to be fun to talk about. And, man, I'm so glad we got to do it because that movie is hilarious.
It's so funny. And I'm not even a huge Nathan Fillion fan. Like, he's better than your David Boreanaz is by a long shot. But
yeah.
This is like top-notch Nathan Fillion stuff right here.
He's got some great lines. It's campy, but it's not. Like, if you want over the top, you get Jack, the mayor,
Yes.
I mean, I guess Michael Rooker, but Michael Rooker is fucking brilliant in this movie.
Yeah.
I've always been creeped out by Michael Rooker anyway, and so this movie just is like, caps it all off.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
So, I didn't see this movie in theaters, but I first saw this movie. This is one of the ones that I rented the DVD from Hollywood Video, so that tells you about when. And ever since then, I think that might have been like my introduction to Michael Rooker, and ever since then, I couldn't remember why that dude creeps me out so much. And then rewatching this, I was like, yeah, this is why he creeps me out so much. He's so good in this movie. At the end there, he's got those horrible teeth that go off on the right, and like go from regular teeth to these like long, like curvy, interconnecting, almost like translucent. It's so good. And all of his head stuff. Oh.
Yes. Some of the, just like some of his facial expressions, like when he's chest penis raping Brenda. And he's like, he keeps licking like touching the top of his lip with his tongue. Oh. Like just making, like he's just in this, he's like in some sort of disgusting alien orgasmic state. It's so horrific. And when he faces Starla, when his face is like deformed to the point where there's no denying something terrible is happening, and he's crying, he's got like tears going down his face. Oh, it's fucking, it's amazing. I first saw him in Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer, but I recognized his face, so I don't know. I'd seen him maybe somewhere before, but that movie is really, really creepy, and he's perfect in it. I mean, and I've never like gotten over like if I was in a room with that guy, I think I'd be creeped out. He's just a creepy dude. Yeah, but he's perfect in this.
I'm sure there are people out there that are like, he's the nicest guy, but man, I don't want to find out. That dude creeps me out.
No, and he does MMA training too. So then, if you piss him off, he's going to kick your ass. So it's not good.
Yeah, not good. Yeah. Oh man. So this movie, like, it's got Dreamcatcher. Dreamcatcher came out just before this. This way better than Dreamcatcher. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's definitely like, you can see the inspiration to the movie Shivers. It's way better than Shivers though.
Way better.
Yeah.
Shivers is fun, but this is way better.
This is way better. There's a scene, like, there's so many references. There's so we talked about Henelotter, we talked about Lloyd Kaufman's in there. One of the characters is named after a character in the movie Tremors. The mayor is named after
Jack McCready.
Yep. He's named after
From
the character from The Thing and that actor's character from Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, wow. That's right. I didn't even think about that. It's fucking amazing.
Yep. There's a scene where the lady's watching a movie with her baby. That movie that she's watching is The Toxic Avenger.
Nice.
The two little girls, before, like, when they go to bed, they're reading Goosebumps. The sound. So whenever, right before Grant gets infected, there's a horrible alien vagina pod that's like very much an homage to Alien, and then the pod opens up and a little horrible spike thing comes out and it makes a weird noise, and that noise is a sound bite from the little 3 laser beam aiming reticle from the movie Predator.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah, it's so good. Like, all the way through this movie, everything. I'm sure the deer is a reference to Evil Dead too, like the evil deer
right,
in
the
Evil
possessed
Dead.
Deer.
Yeah. It's just all throughout. Like, just James Gunn loves movies, and this movie is like a love story to horror. It's a 666 from me.
Oh, absolutely, same. Yeah, no, that's right. That's that whole camera running through the woods is completely taken from Sam Raimi. I mean, they infamously invented that rigging just so that they could, get this weird natural effect, and they obviously used that exact same effect right there. I guess that's why they used it, because I had mentioned, like, there's no reason for that. It's like, well, the reason was as a tribute to Sam Raimi, which is perfectly okay.
Yeah. This is like, what if all horror movies up to the year 2006, and we just love it, and here you go, have it. It's so good. John, have you seen Guardians of the Galaxy 3?
I have not seen Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and I know that there's apparently some horror elements in it.
Yeah, some body horror elements. There's like a space station that's made out of flesh, and everything on the space station is made out of flesh, including like Nathan Fillion. It plays like a soldier security guard of the station, and his armor are just big plates of flesh on his body. It's disgusting. Nice. Yeah.
Oh man, I need to watch it. I kept meaning to watch it, and then I keep forgetting to. But I think they have it on Max, so I can probably just bust it out there.
Yeah. It's a good one. I didn't like the second one. I thought the second one was boring and stupid.
I did too.
But the third one brought it back around.
I think that was my hesitation, was that I didn't like the second one very much, So I was kind of like, well, if it's gonna, I figured it was just going to be diminishing returns, but then it might have even been you. Somebody had told me that the third one was worth watching, and I just hadn't gotten around to it.
Yep.
Now I'll watch it for sure.
Yeah. James Gunn is so fucking cool. So the first Guardians of the Galaxy also has a famous place in movie history because it has the highest on-screen kill count of any movie in cinema history. Just like, really? Wow. Yeah. That's the most impressive. People die on screen in that movie. I think that's wild.
It is a slaughter fest, isn't it? That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Kudos.
Oh, yeah. So good. I fucking love this movie, though. Excellent choice. Apparently it was originally, like, his original title for it was Wiggle, but they said, let's change it to Slither. Another thing is, he originally filmed and was planning on including a scene where the two little twin girls have the, like, leeches or whatever go into their mouths and infect them, and the producers are like, it's too sexual, that's too transgressive, let's not do it. And he says that to this day he is grateful that they had him not include that in the movie.
It is pretty sexual, yeah, and it would be pretty obvious and hard to ignore.
Yeah.
It's not like there isn't enough gross out stuff in it, so yeah. It's all right.
Yeah, there's plenty of goods elsewhere in this. Oh, great stuff. John, so that's a 666 from both of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. John, did you review Ben Wheatley's In the Earth?
A fine film. I really enjoy that movie a lot. It's fucking bonkers. It's got some issues for sure, but for something that supposedly was just thrown together as a let's just do something while the plague is taking place. We'll just shit this movie out. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good movie. It's the ending's kind of once you get to that whole section in the end with all the, with the scientist and all that shit was kind of stupid, but it's okay. I mean, it had some great stuff in it, and there's some really uncomfortable scenes. Of course, the foot scene.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
How about you?
I liked it. For me, it's a 666.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I remember not liking the first guy, the one that like does his foot stuff and plays the guitar. I remember not liking him as much, and then when I watched it this time, I was like totally into his shit, where he's like, yeah, I worship him, but I'm way better at it than that science lady. Like, I'm all about the actual experience, where she's like trying to talk to him, and that's not what it should be about. Like, I love that guy's shit, and I feel like when we did it last time, I was like, yeah, I didn't like his shit. His stuff was stupid, but I liked the foot stuff.
He's so demented. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah. What else, John? What other horror movies, non-horror movies, non-movie horrors, or non-movie non-horrors have you been into lately?
Let me pull that up and see. Hopefully that won't affect this call. Okay, let's see. So, I watched The Woman in the Yard, that Blumhouse movie about the grieving woman who lives in a farmhouse with her children. Her husband had been killed in a car crash, and afterwards she's not sure what to do. She's lost and emotionally just fucked up. And suddenly this woman just shows up sitting in a chair in a black veil in their yard and is tormenting them somehow. And it's really about grief, and I went back and forth with it as I was watching it, but then after it was over and I kind of sat and thought about it, I really liked it. It's well shot. It's got some good stuff in it. It has its issues, but if I had read some reviews that had said, it's really more, yes, it's got horror. I mean, it's a horror movie, yes, but it's also really more about grief and loss. And I agree with that. And I think it handles that in an interesting way. So I was surprised because I haven't really liked much that Blumhouse has done for a long time. But I enjoyed that movie. I thought it was good. I think the people that made it show a lot of promise, and I forget the main actress's name, but her performance is really good. So that was good. Nice. I watched Get Away from 2024 with Nick Frost.
Oh yeah.
Another comedy horror, and it was okay. It was worth watching. It wasn't as good as I was hoping it would be, but it was still good, and it had some great lines in it. I also watched Frogs from 1972 with Sam Elliott and Joan Van Ark and Ray Milland playing the patriarch of this horrible Southern family that is vacationing at their summer swamp home on a little mini island for the 4th of July, and apparently all the toxic chemicals he's used has caused the environment to attack them vengefully, and it's ridiculous and fucking awesome. I loved it. That was a recommendation by someone who I follow on Threads. It's a writer. It's this Irish writer that has a Substack where she talks about Irish folklore and horror films and stuff like that. And she had some post where she I think it's called The Pale Horse, I think is the name of her Substack. It's really good. But anyways, she had made a post where she had mentioned three films that she really liked, and it was like two, I forget what they were now, but they were, pretty serious horror films that were, two of her favorite films are Martyrs and Saint Maud. So
nice.
She obviously, her tastes align with ours quite closely, and she goes on and on about stuff like, Wicker Man and all this stuff. So she mentioned 2 films that were, serious horror films, and then frogs. And I was like, am I missing? What am I missing? So I was like, I gotta watch this just because she recommended it so highly. And then I watched it, and I was like, wow, this movie is so fucking ridiculous. I love it.
Nice. Oh, all right. I'm definitely gonna have to watch that. That's a great recommendation.
Yeah. It's light fare to say the least, but it's hilarious. And then I watched Garth Marenghi's Dark Place, another comedy series, a British comedy series that is based around this fake writer who wrote this TV series in the 80s called Dark Place, about this hospital that they work in where, stupid supernatural things happen, and it's really fucking cheesy intentionally and really low budget and made to look like a really bad 80s kind of like documentary about the show. It's fucking hilarious. It's so bad. They only have 1 season, and God, it has that actor whose name I can't remember. I can't remember his name, but it's fucking hilarious.
Barry.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mike
yeah,
Barry, something like
Michael.
that.
Is that what it is? Yeah, something like Mike Barry. He's always he does all those kind of real cheesy characters in British TV, and he's he completely overdoes it all the time. So in this one, he plays, I think he's a surgeon or a doctor or whatever, but he's always like, yes, I have seen her, and she is an exquisite specimen. Like, everything he says is, everybody overacts like that on the show. It's fucking hilarious. I also recommend that.
Yeah.
What about you? What did you watch? Oh yeah, go ahead.
He's the husband vampire on What We Do in the Shadows. He's the one that took up Jermaine Clement's role from the movie for the TV adaptation. Yeah. And that show also has the fucking guy from the IT Crowd in it, which I fucking hate that show, and that guy pretty well annoys me, but I started watching it, and I do enjoy Garth Marenghi.
Yeah, Garth Marenghi's good. It's so stupid. And I mean, like, there's all these, like, they're always looking at the camera, and, the camera lingers too long in shots because it's supposed to be badly produced and all this stuff. And it's just a few episodes. I don't know, it's like 6 episodes maybe or something. And that was canceled after that because it wasn't a big hit. But now it's a big cult hit, apparently, because it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, but, it's full of intentionally bad cutaways and awkward blocking and just like, it's tremendous. It's kind of like if you enjoy Children's Hospital, you'll probably like Garth Marenghi.
That's true. Yeah, I can't get into the IT Crowd either. I've tried twice now, and the second time I think I got 2 episodes in, and then I just gave up. It's not funny to me. I don't know.
Yeah, it's maybe a little too British, Yeah,
it is extremely British in a bad way.
Yeah. I watched the movie Swallow, which was, it's from 2021. It was one I was excited about when it came out, and then I just forgot about it. It's out on Shudder now. It's really fucking good. There's this lady who's married to a rich guy, and she's, like, pregnant or something, and she just starts swallowing things, and and it turns into a whole situation. It's not for the squeamish of tummy, but it's a fun ride. Pretty weird ending. I'll say it ends in a very strange, unexpected place, but I don't know. And then I also watched, so in trying to figure out what to watch next, I went on a little journey. So I was like, maybe we should watch Shivers, it's a good follow-up to Slither. And then I was like, let me look at some body horror stuff. So I started looking into body horror stuff, and I started like trying to find stuff that was like a cross-section of body horror and folk horror, and I ended up coming across a 2018 Indian horror movie body horror, folk horror from India called Tumbad, Tumbbad. And it's like a mythological play on greed. It's tremendous. There's like a apostle level like scene where there's a lady who's like a tree is growing out of her and her heart is no longer in her body. It's hanging off a tree and it's still beating. There's another scene later where they're inside a giant flesh tummy, and it's tremendous. I heavily recommend it, but I didn't pick that one. I was going to, like, if we had recorded yesterday, that would have been the pick. But then today I was looking at it, I was like, what our next, John, do you know what our next revisit is? What movie we're going to revisit next episode?
No, I forget. What is it?
It's a little filmaroo that has an alternative title. It's Jeff Whitney's Beyond the Door 3, a.k.a. Amok Train. So I was like, you know what we should do is we should do a ridiculous sequel to a movie we haven't covered. I even thought maybe we should do Shock, Beyond the Door 2. But I was like, yeah, no. So I started going down the rabbit hole of weird sequels to horror movies. We could do Psycho 2, the one where he's like, it's in color and he's rehabilitated and like haunted by stuff. I was like, yeah, but maybe not that. I also found The Unnameable 2, the statement of Randolph Carter, where it's like a direct like action immediately after the first movie, but now Julia Strain is in it and she's the monster and you never see her tits or anything.
What's the point?
What's the point? It's alright, if you watch the DVD bonus features, she takes out her tits to have a makeup guy powder them before putting on the costume. So, there you go.
Fantastic.
Yeah, in case you were worried. But no, instead of any of that, none of them, they weren't quite up to the level of what Beyond the Door 3 was. So instead, we're going to watch a little ditty directed by Felipe Mora. It's a sequel to a werewolf film that is a bit like, it's one of those werewolf movies where the movie is a fan of werewolf movies, so it's like real big into it. This one, however, it's more into long, lingering male gaze shots of Sybil Danning's outfits.
Oh, this one.
This is The Howling 2, ... Your Sister is a Werewolf from 1985.
Oh my God, I've seen this movie.
You have? I have not.
Oh, yeah.
I'm super excited about it. Let's not share too much trivia. Let's save it for next time. But there's some real serious trivia about this movie.
I don't know the trivia, but I've seen it and it is fucking ridiculous. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah. So tune in 2 weeks hence. We're going to revisit Jeff Whitney's Beyond the Door 3 from 1989, and we're going to first time visit Howling 2, ... Your Sister is a Werewolf from 1985.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. I'm thrilled.
I'm glad.
It's going to be a good one.
Nice. So go out there, write your congressperson, send a letter to the CEOs of American Express, MasterCard, Visa. Let them know that you like porn, and just do other good things with your time and energy.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, it's a bad time to be alive, folks. But that usually means it's a good time to watch, even better time to watch horror movies. So go out and do that. And in the meantime, we're sorry that those little fuckers are tearing you apart.